Hey everybody, welcome to Fonecallz. This is the episode where this is F&D gets together part 2 and answers some of your questions.
Wow, that was good.
Ring, ring. Hello.
Hello?
Vin, what are you sipping on, dude?
I shouldn't say it because we're not getting paid, but it's a LaCroix.
What do you think? Even if we were getting, what do you think the LaCroix people would pay us to say LaCroix, just to say LaCroix without doing an ad?
I don't know. It could be something.
Maybe they would pay us in
pay you?
Right?
LaCroix.
It could be something.
Maybe they would pay. Did they, is part of the bit that you drink the LaCroix out of a straw like you're doing?
No, we just have them. We just have these in the household. So Mary gave it to me.
Seltzer through a straw. It's too much power going through a straw with the carbonation, I think, to me.
Yeah, it didn't faze me. That didn't catch me off guard. But everyone's different. Have you ever tried
Sure.
though? Have you ever had a carbonated beverage through a straw? I mean, what's a Coke or a Pepsi?
I've had a Coke from McDonald's. I don't know, but I like the feeling, like the cold ice and the bubbles on my top lip. You know,
Yeah.
just makes me feel like a wave is coming over me, like a wave of carbonated beverage.
That sounds to me like a bit of the way you like the sensations. Are you on are you on the spectrum?
I don't think so.
Well, Aaron and
But
I were talking last time that you and I mentioned this, that you and I have similar twitches.
Yeah, Coop.
Yes.
Dude, you guys both have one where you look at your thumb and that's it?
Yeah, I also
That's
do like
so wild.
I do a thumb thing and I like bend it.
Yeah.
And I have to like evenly bend my thumb, almost like an OCD thing of like until it's the perfect symmetry and it like the surface area hits properly on my pointer finger, like this, like kind of like, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's wild. So we do have a lot of questions, but those can wait, dude. Coop, how are you?
Doing well. I was just in Michigan for my brother-in-law's 30th birthday.
Nice.
So that was fun. And I stayed up 2 times in a row until 5:30 in the morning.
Coop, what are you out of your gourd?
I know. I can't lie. I typically like to go to bed. My wife and I are in bed usually by 9:30 on weekdays.
Yeah, I'm close. I'm close thereafter.
Yeah. Vinny's laughing, but I'm not. It's no joke. I can't wait. I set up the little projector in our room. Sometimes we'll bring a cookie or two in there.
Oh, so you're
and make
watching
it a
something.
thing. Yeah, we'll watch something, and then we
Okay.
fall asleep to it. So
Yeah.
Dude, staying up till I don't know when the last time I stayed up till 5 in the morning. I couldn't even tell you.
I know. It feels like sleepover vibes.
Yeah, it's
Actually,
fun.
I was against my will. I was probably up that late last night, puking my brains out because I'm recovering from the stomach bug.
Oh my
This
gosh.
is the second
we-
time in the last 2 months, I think, Aaron.
Dude, this is the second time in 2 weeks that my daughters have had the stomach bug.
So you've given your daughters the stomach bug twice now.
Do we need
Is
to
that
call
what I'm
child
hearing?
services?
Well,
Are you doing it on purpose?
technically speaking, they got it first, and then I didn't catch the last one. I dodged that bullet, but
Oh,
this
you're
one,
blaming the victim. Okay.
and this one I got it, and I didn't have any like diarrhea issues, but the puking was so forceful. It was like it was crazy. I thought I was gonna pop a blood vessel in my eye.
Oh no. Well,
Yeah,
at least it was just one end. Because, like you said, if you're puking and having shat splats, then it's just bad. It's just bad news, and you don't know which to commit to.
You just got to hold a trash can in your lap and sit on the toilet at that part.
True, or sit on a trash can and lean over into the toilet is another way.
Yeah, options. You got options here. But yeah, no, that made for a not fun weekend. But it sounds like yours was a lot better than mine.
Yeah, no, mine sounded way better than yours.
Vin's over here chuckling though because he's like, I stay up till 3 or 4 or 5 all the time because he's like a high schooler still.
Yeah, dude, how much Mountain Dew do you drink a night?
0. But I did have a G Fuel the other day on a stream. I tried it out.
Are you trying to
Did
get
you get paid for
sponsored?
that one?
No,
Yeah.
well, we were at the store and we were like waiting in line, and then there just was like all the energy. We were just in the energy drink line, and I just saw all the G Fuel, and I saw like the PewDiePie. I didn't realize PewDiePie had his own G Fuel, and so does like FaZe Clan, I guess. So like I was like, wouldn't it be fun? Wouldn't it be so funny if I like drank the PewDiePie G Fuel?
You
Wouldn't
just
that
said
be
like
hilarious?
a few things that I have like I feel so lost. Like you just the G Force is PewDiePie's FaZe Clan drink. What the fuck? God, I am out of touch.
Dude, you don't. But it's. I don't feel in any better position being in touch. I'll say that much.
You gain nothing by
Gotcha.
knowing all of that, Coop.
At a certain point, you want to be out of touch. If you're in touch with what's popular with 20-year-olds, what are you hanging out with 20-year-olds? You 30-year-old?
Well, so you downed this G Fuel. What did it do to you? How was your review?
It actually tasted good. I like the taste.
Like what?
And it
Bring
was
me
kinda-
there.
It was like kind of a berry, like a real nice blue raspberry, but not tart, smooth berry taste. And I
This is
didn't
good.
I didn't
We
have
should be
any
getting money for this shit.
I know. I didn't have any jittery feelings. No crash, no jitters. It's great.
Man, you were reluctant to just say LaCroix one time,
I
and
know.
here you are painting a vibrant picture of G-Force and PewDiePie's FaZe Clan.
Well, those are two separate entities.
Oh, I thought like the FaZe Clan was like the his following that drank the G-Force.
No, then it's G
Okay.
Fuel. Let's get that cleared up. It's G Fuel.
Oh, G-Force was the hamster movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was.
I don't know.
actually.
Was it?
Yeah. Wow, I forgot all
I think
about
Zach
that one.
Galifianakis spoke to hamsters in G-Force or something along those lines.
I
you
don't
think-
remember that at all.
Do you think even actors like do movies like that and they forget that they did them? And just like,
Yeah.
I think
especially
they wanna
especially an
forget.
animated film that like you do like 2 days of work and you get paid like a ton of money. It's just like, oh, that was easy, and then you're just like, oh yeah, I did that like 10 years later.
Yeah, when they're like, they just paid me millions to talk to 3 tennis balls in like a green studio, basically. And then
Man, that'd be
figured out
wild.
what happened later.
That talk about a payday.
I mean, I forget about shit we've done.
Yeah, I mean we know. It's part of the, it's part
do
of
you
the
mean?
course.
What do you mean?
I
No,
feel-
there was some subtext there. What do you mean?
I feel like your memory is like it's kind of like just hanging there by a thread, Vin.
Well, I'll say that when we do talk about like you are to me like kind of the de facto like remember of F&D things.
F&D historian.
Yeah,
So because of that, because you are dependent upon Aaron's memory, it has just eaten away at your geriatric brain to the
No.
point where you don't remember jack squat.
He's saying he doesn't need to. He's like, well, why do I need to pay attention to this stuff? Aaron's
No, it's
just
not.
gonna figure it out.
it's not like a conscious thing I'm doing. I just anytime we get to talking about it, you'll just start talking about things, and I'm like, oh yeah, that happened. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a common thread. It's no insult. If anything, Vin, I want
Sounded insulting.
I want you to protect that noggin, buddy.
You can make anything sound insulting.
I don't
Yeah,
smoke a lot of.
Dude, your hair is fucking beautiful.
Vin, you're looking really great today.
I know on record Cooper smokes more weed than me.
Oh yeah?
Now I'm throwing you under the bus, Coop. You didn't deserve this.
Maybe I do. I smoke like once a day before I go to sleep. I take like one hit before I go to sleep.
Oh, so there's more than cookies in the bed with you, Coop?
That's what I meant. That's what it is.
Oh, wait, is that a new
Cookies
term that
and
now
cream.
I'm out of touch with?
No, actually, last night I brought 2 Thin Mints into the bed with me, and that's mostly because I took a hit of a pre-roll joint.
Well, it's Girl Scout season.
Coop, when you
Oh
die,
my gosh, yeah.
when you die, I'm gonna place 2 Thin Mint cookies over your eyes like the coins.
Spiritu Santi. And then watch out though. Watch out. Someone then some stoner will come up and take a quick bite.
come
They don't
for you.
care. Yeah.
Spiritu Minty.
Thin mints are definitely my favorite.
Yeah, do you keep them in the freezer?
I haven't had, well, oh, for sure, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, but I
Nice.
haven't had them in a while. I actually just went to the pet store the other day, and there was just a huge, like, table, and they were, like, had, like, hundreds of boxes selling, and I was like,
Dang.
oh, should I? I didn't, but...
Yeah. Well, you should have, because you know what? I guess I've never seeked them out other than like when I get like my mom texts me or something and it's like so and so's daughter is selling cookies and I was like, oh yeah, I'll definitely.
they'll
buy
find
some
you.
because yeah,
Yeah.
they will. Are they available like year round, or are they knockoffs?
I don't know. Maybe they're knockoffs, or maybe you could buy them online. I have to imagine that something that's such a moneymaker for them like that they're gonna take the money whenever they can get it. But maybe they do it like the McRib, where it's like limited time only to kind of like bring down the inventory, up the demand.
Yeah,
It's simple
Because otherwise-
economics, you guys.
What is Scouts like? Is it like a union? Do you pay dues to like be in the Scouts, like as a kid, and then you got to pay for the camp and all the fucking activities and all the various uniform pieces? It's a racket.
I gotta say, I was never a Boy Scout or a Girl Scout growing up, so I'm very unfamiliar with that world. I don't know what they do.
I was never in it either.
You weren't in it either.
No.
I did it for a little bit. I went to Scout camp for a summer.
What's that called? It's not. Aren't you not? You're a Weeble or a Weeblo or something.
I didn't do that stuff. I can't. I think it's Weeblo sounds about right. And then there's like Cub Scouts, and then it's Boy Scout. Before you're a boy, you're a Cub.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think you should be a Bear Scout. If that would only make sense to go from a cub to a bear, not to a boy, unless maybe there's a spell or something that turns you into one. But as I remember, it was like Scout camp was tons of fun, just like shooting arrows and BB guns and all that shit. But I just remember like one time in 5th grade going just to scout. Like every Wednesday, you went to like the scout thing at the school. And we were making candles from scratch, just like dipping string into wax. And I was just remember thinking like, this sucks. Like I kind of hate this. This is boring. And probably because my candle is terrible. And I was just like, I'm over it. I'm done.
Yeah.
But then I went on and just, did sports instead.
Anything else happen?
I knew you were going to go there, Vin. That's very rude and inconsiderate of all the children who have actually...
I want
Are you
Coop
trying
to,
to-
I
are you-
want
are
Coop
you
to lend a
asking-
voice. I want Coop to lend a voice. I want him to be heard if he needs to be heard.
Do you want to know if my instructor put his candle somewhere? Is that what you're wondering?
dipped it in Cooper's wax.
Yeah. Did you get your wicks nipped or whatever?
Speaking of wax, it's none of yours. Beeswax, that is.
Ooh, got him.
All right, we can move on.
I didn't come across any of that behavior, if I'm being honest. And maybe I wasn't looking for it. If I went back in time, maybe I would sleuth around a little bit. Maybe I would try to lure one of those short-shorted scout leaders into my tent and then snap a photo mid-act, or like zip her down, maybe like catch him in the act, or something like that. But I don't know. That's entrapment.
What if they dropped all the Boy Scouts out of a plane and just let them have it in the wilderness, like Man vs. Wild style? Like isn't
Marines.
that the best training available? Like, what? You're going to learn everything.
I think if it was a show, I think America would tune in.
I would tune in for sure. To watch like 13-year-olds fend off grizzly bears and like have to make camp and like Lord of the Flies style. Like, that'd be wild. We could never do it because there's so many laws against it. But
Are there any 13-year-olds on death row?
And
Because then it wouldn't matter. Then it's kind of like a Hunger Games, or more like a Running Man situation, where you just put inmates in the woods, but they're children, and see what happens.
some state just, I hope I'm not wrong in saying this, but some state just reinstituted firing squad as a form of death penalty.
That's
In
probably
the
Georgia.
U.S.?
Yeah.
That cannot
Fact
be
check.
right.
Google it.
What's wrong with your bony fingers?
Yeah, no, I'm not seeing anything like that.
Really? I could have sworn I
Wait,
saw it.
firing squad executions get the green light in South Carolina.
There
Oh, South
Carolina has given
Kakalaki.
the green light to firing squad executions, a method codified into state law last year after a decade-long pause in carrying out death sentences because of the state's inability to procure lethal injection drugs. Oh, so it sounds like it's like they
it is.
can't get what they
Bargain
need.
death penalty?
Oh, we can't get the
Yeah.
drugs, but we have these bullets. That's sad.
What do you mean you can't get the drugs, South Carolina? What are you fucking talking about? That sounds lazy when they're like, I can't get them. I don't know. They're across. Someone's gonna have to come, drop them off. It's gonna take a minute, but yeah, we have rifles, so and a wall, so that's all we need.
Just saying it. I mean, we're not. This seems like the natural progression towards a Running Man style show.
Yeah,
We're
That's a great
we're
movie.
regressing forwards.
we are regret. It's like the Handmaid's Tale situation, maybe
I haven't seen it, so I cannot comment.
regressing forwards. Exactly. We're falling up the stairs, is what we're
Right.
doing.
Well,
That's fine. Guys, I would be remiss if I didn't bring up Will Smith and Chris Rock.
oh, I knew you were gonna say that.
Is anyone talking about this? Has anyone heard about this? Chris Rock?
Guys, we
Chris Rock,
have
Will
to
Smith?
get our commentary in on this, okay? People have to know what we think about it.
Who's got the hottest take? Go.
Jada is pulling the strings. Will didn't care. And then he looked over and he got the eyes. And the eyes said, slap him. And he got up and he did it. And and then he was rewarded.
I was annoyed they didn't take him out, like,
Assassinate him?
Yeah, what? Like bowl to the back of the head?
no, escort
Firing
him
squad.
escort him out of the Oscars.
Yeah. I think anyone less famous than Will Smith might have been escorted out.
Absolutely.
that's
Oh,
like-
it's a rich and famous thing for sure. You got that privilege to and then just like get a standing O minutes later. Like that blew my
Right.
mind when I saw that. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, like any comedian has the right to make people uncomfortable and say whatever joke they want, and like there's plenty of hecklers, but like to literally walk up on the national stage and slap somebody in the face because of a joke, that's pretty freaking outrageous and entitled.
So you guys remember that show, that Disney show, where you could put on a jersey and you could become like the sports player? You can like, you know what I'm talking about?
What?
No
I remember
idea.
the movie Like Mike where he wore shoes and became
There was a
like
there was a show on Disney, I think, where the characters, like the kids, would put on like the jersey of a sports player, and then they would like teleport into that sports player's body and get to like live out their experiences. And so I just think it'd be
Dang.
cool if you can put on like a tuxedo, and then you're Will Smith, and then you just walk
Are
on.
you saying that he didn't actually do that, Vinny, and he was actually inhabited by another person? Because
Was
that's
he
the
being
hottest
John
take I've
Malkovich?
seen.
Well,
What if he came out and said that? It wasn't me. Somebody was in my body.
the suit was being controlled. Well, there's also that Jackie Chan movie where there's like I think it's a Jackie Chan movie,
Yeah, it's called the Tuxedo,
suit.
right?
the tuxedo.
Yeah, it was called the suit.
It's like
it's called The Really Nice Suit.
From all the dozens of memes and stuff created from that I saw, the one that really got me was somebody like went in and After Effects it to did you guys see when he hits Chris Rock, he turns into like a rag doll and like flops across the stage, like lays there dead.
No.
No.
It was done so well. It got me pretty good. People who make these memes, like if you're in that world, are you just like waiting? Like is just inspiration striking right and left, and you're just like, I have to meme this.
I think by now there are people who will watch an event like that knowing there's going to be something. And I could just picture like 1,000 people scattered across the world, like as soon as it happened, just like chairs being knocked backwards as they got up and ran to their computers to make the meme.
Gotta be first. Also, like, there's just that's just a lot of talent, I think, in post-production, just like to whip that out quickly, things like that.
I almost forgot
Yeah.
that even happened. Like, if you didn't bring it up, Coop, like I probably would have forgot to even talk about it.
See, another memory
Men in
thing.
Black you? He zapped your memory with the Men in Black tool.
Vin, how did you? That was like 3 or 4 days ago. How?
I don't know. I just would have. I don't know.
Geriatric memory.
We need to like upgrade. I think you were born with like 4 megabytes of RAM in your brain, and we need.
Maybe it's not that. Maybe it's not that important to me, dude. Huh? Maybe I just don't care.
That more power to you if that's the case.
Maybe it's like
Yeah.
it's like a non-issue because it's like fucking. This is what we're being distracted by.
That's what I was just saying. Why did I spend so much time talking about it? You're right. I wish I was you, and I just jettisoned it from my mind.
Celebrity is just such a part of us, guys. Such a part of our culture. You just can't escape. We put them on these dang pedestals, and they're idols. We chip them out of marble, and dick and all, and we just worship them. Oh boy. Anyway, the Jersey. That's the Disney show, Vin, where you transport into a sports person's life. The Jersey.
You look that up.
Yeah.
Sweet.
6 seasons. Pretty strong show.
Never heard of that.
See, I remembered the Jersey.
You did. That had more of an impact on you. That wiggled its way into your brain and did not leave.
And here's the thing: I've never actually seen a single episode. I just remember the concept being, to me, novel, and I remembered it.
Mm-hmm. Coopstar, you seen
Look.
any? Oh, go ahead.
What? Have I seen any movies?
That's what I was
Is
going to.
that what you're going to say?
Well,
Wow, how
with
did I know that?
we're talking about awards season, and I'm curious if you've.
Because Coop, you're
Yes.
SAG and you get the screeners, and you're gonna
That's
send
right.
those over our way, right? Wink, wink. Allegedly.
Yes. Allegedly.
I forgot that you got them, dude. I'm so jealous because I'm over here trying to figure out how to watch Licorice Pizza and a bunch of other stuff, and I'm like, what the heck?
Well, I did see that one in theaters, Licorice Pizza. That was really dope. I did just watch Coda on an airplane, and it was tearing up a little at the end. Coda I think that totally deserved to win from what I've seen.
I was kind of shocked by that
was
one,
really great.
that it won Best Picture. I didn't dislike it, but I was kind of surprised.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen Belfast. I haven't seen Drive My Car. Both I heard phenomenal. But yeah, I don't know. It's like a really fun one, like The Batman. I don't know if you guys have already talked about this.
Not yet. I
But
haven't. I think I'm going to wait for
Haven't-
streaming.
Neither of you guys have seen it?
No, I almost saw it with Taylor Russ the other night, but we opted instead to go see Jackass.
Taylor
Oh.
Russ. Taylor Russ is a fantastic DP who shot many F&D films of the past.
He's
In
gonna.
our feature.
We're gonna talk to him soon too, probably. He talked to you, right, Aaron? About.
Oh yeah, he texted me and he was just like, "Can I come on?" Even if I just like sit in the corner and like laugh at jokes you guys make. And I was like, "You can actually be a part of the conversation, Taylor."
Yeah, I would love to talk to him.
We gotta do
Anyway,
that.
we saw Jackass instead of Batman.
Thoroughly enjoy Jackass.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. I think I'll still see that in theaters if it's available out there in the
Yeah, I was
theaters.
surprised we found. I was surprised it was still playing, but it was.
It's on Paramount Plus now,
Oh, okay.
so
I
you
did
can
just get
also
that.
stream it.
I got Paramount Plus so I could watch all the March Madness games, all the NCAA tournament. And now I'm seeing like there's a lot of shows on here. I kind of want to watch Yellowstone.
I've heard.
Yo, are
so
the
many-
new-
No.
I was gonna say, are the new Beavis and Butthead episodes on there?
Oh, I don't know.
They're
I
doing
don't
a
think
new.
they're out yet.
Okay,
Yeah, I think they're still working on them. I think.
I'm pretty sure they're doing a movie and a new like season.
Oh, that's amazing. You know what? When was the last time you guys saw Beavis and Butthead Do America?
It's been a
Too
minute.
long.
Right? It's so funny. But it's been so long. I found myself like when it came out, when I saw it first, I laughed like the hardest I've ever laughed. And then I had to wait like 6 months to watch it. Then after that, I had to wait a year. Then after that, 2 years. Then 4. And it's just factoring itself that like now it's been 8 to 10 years since I've seen it, so now it's about due.
Yeah, you gotta watch,
Yeah.
dude. I'll watch anything. Mike Judge is just a gold mine of talent and comedy. Office Space was like one of my favorite comedies growing up, and I was way too young to understand like all the nuances and like relate to it. But I just loved it, and then as I got older, it grew on me in different ways, you know. But dude, he's a treasure. Did you guys remember that interview he gave on a late night show where he talks about the angry voicemails he would get, and the one guy called in, he was talking about Beavis and Butthead, but he called the show Porky's Butthole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that's what he said. That's how he got the character for Boomhauer.
Yep.
Yeah.
You never gonna regain that dang Porky's butthole. Ding ding ding.
There's one episode that, to my knowledge, that of King of the Hill where Boomhauer talks normal, and it's an episode where they're like recounting a thing that happened, so it's all from the different perspectives, and they go into Boomhauer's memory, and Boomhauer sounds like normal and eloquent, and everybody else sounds like Boomhauer to him.
That's awesome. That's so
I
good.
love that. I'm gonna change gears. So do you have something?
Well, I'm just excited to talk. I saw Dune for the first time.
Ooh.
Give us your hot take on Dune, and then we'll move on.
Thought Dune was great. I loved. It's like Every Frame a Painting, which is also a YouTube channel that I don't even know if it makes videos anymore. But now that's what I think. But yeah, it's just every shot is what, Aaron?
I was just shaking my head that he doesn't
Oh,
do.
doesn't.
He's doing other stuff. I think he's doing a Netflix show right now.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
Yeah.
His video essays were awesome. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I haven't watched a movie like that in a while. So, like, I just settled in and just let the world sweep over me. And just from the music to, like, the costumes were amazing and the set, just everything was just fucking beautiful. And I know some people say, like, oh, like, the pacing, blah, 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 or, like, it's, you know, the movie just ended, and I don't know. I thought it was great. And a lot of people, I was spending the next day, like, watching just, like, Dune-adjacent videos, like, behind the scenes, and Hans Zimmer making music, and in the comments, people were like, I read the books, and I loved the movie, which is kind of rare, I think.
Yeah, Aaron, you were a big fan of the books a few years ago, huh?
No, I never read Dune. It was probably something else. Dune is one that I never read, and I'm a little mad because I always wanted to read it before I watched the movie, because I don't like watching movies and then reading the material, because then that's all I picture is characters from the film. I like to let my imagination wander. So I can't say I read the book, but I loved the film. I thought it was,
Yeah, man.
for everything that Vin said too. Just the music, like, the pacing felt excellent to me. Like, I think it's a silly gripe to talk about how it ended when you know there's going to be a part 2 as well. I mean, it's building up for another. So
Honestly, the only like thing about the ending for me was that I wanted it to keep fucking going. Like,
yeah,
it ended so abruptly, where like the music started, rising to this ending scene, and I was like, wait, what? Like, this is like keep the journey moving. Now we have to wait like 3 years or something like that just to see it pick up from the top of that dune.
That one scene,
It ended on a dune. How about that?
there was that scene where it's like this, it's the Sardaukar, and it's that guy doing that war chant over the soldiers all getting the blood put on their forehead, and they just like cut to like rows of bodies upside down, like the blood is being drained from them, and like the whole like atmosphere of that scene, I'm like, I'm fucking into this. And also,
So cool, dude.
well, and it reminds me too of like these. For a minute I was reading these like Warhammer 40,000 books that is about like a galaxy spanning imperium. So I don't know. It was just cool to see someone do it, and like I was just ready to just have it overtake me.
I mean, dude, like, Denny is. I watched some videos of he does like video essays on like scenes that he did in the film. If you just listen to him talk about it, he's got so much passion and knowledge behind every choice that he makes. So much respect for his crew. Like, it's impossible not to like what he puts out, because like when you find somebody that really cares about what they're making, you can you can feel it, when you're watching it. Like, every choice was made so purposefully. It matters.
Every grain of sand that was in Dune was ground down from an asteroid from the moon.
Jeez. The attention to detail. I just wish I saw it in IMAX, really. That's my only gripe.
Seriously. Yeah, that would have been a beautiful film to see in IMAX.
Dude, heck yeah. Well, word on the street is people got some questions.
There's quite a few in here. I don't think we'll have time to get to them all. But,
did you put them on a wheel that you can spin by chance?
No, I have them on a Google Docs. I'm just going to kind of fly through.
Boo.
In no
Booble doc.
particular order. I'll rapid fire them off, and we can have at it.
Wait, should we do like a thing that gets us into the questions?
Oh, like a little warm up.
Yeah, like a jingle.
Yeah.
Why don't you give us a little something, Vin?
Doodle-doo, 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 doo.
Ask a question, we will answer to the best of our ability. Yup.
That was I wasn't going to add anything to that. That was perfect as is. Okay, first question from I'll Be Darned. When you guys first moved to LA, what would you guys have done differently to align with your original goals when you first moved there, with the knowledge that you have now?
Huh.
Oh, man.
I know,
Well,
this is a tough first one.
I thought we were going to get, like, what's your favorite breakfast?
There might be some of those in here.
I have a thought.
Go ahead.
Well, because it's nothing we're not technically doing now, but our goal is to eventually make a feature film. All the little sketches and little things we do is leading towards making a feature film. So I suppose laying more groundwork for that, but I feel like we still, I don't know. I guess that would have been it. As far as like a collective goal for us, maybe laying more groundwork
For the feature?
Yeah, but I'm trying to think what that even would have entailed, and I don't know. Because I think we were still doing we were writing a lot. It wasn't like we weren't doing shit. So actually, I take my answer back, because we were actually writing a lot, and we were moving it forward. So I don't know.
Yeah, we did do a lot. When we all reconvened in LA, we did a lot of writing on that script. I remember that taking up weeks.
Yeah, that took up a lot of our time. I do wish we just made more shorts.
Always.
And maybe thought less about it, like the how being precious about it, and just kind of did it, and just kept the creative train moving in general.
Yeah, I agree with that answer.
When it's stagnant, it's really hard to rev it back up,
I agree with all that.
And for that, like My Hair, and then The Blind Bully, and what other like F&D sketch did we do that was like not a daily?
Dude, I don't know. I mean, yeah, exactly.
I think those were the two main ones that we did out in LA.
Yeah, I agree. If we could have been less precious about it and just try to like kick out as much content as possible. I mean, shit. Honestly, probably getting on TikTok earlier would have been cool.
Yeah, that is a thing now. Holy crap! But even just like in general, of there's the algorithm and stuff, sure. But I think just momentum, just for us creatively, it leads to where it leads. That's great. But if you're just like multitasking and doing things that are just in your zone and in your wheelhouse and just continue doing them, then opportunities open up and present themselves when you least expect it.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I feel like we've been trying to be so driven. We've been so driven about the feature is like, you need to, what was it? You need to manifest it, just by like pushing it so hard. That's why I think it's important to do that, because it's like, you can't expect for anything that you're working on to just kind of like be given to you, like, oh, you want to make a feature? What do you need $1 million? I got that laying in my backyard. It's like, you got to push on it. You got to find the people. You got to show that you're being diligent, and it takes time.
Yeah, I remember talking to John. We were talking to our friend John about it, and he's like, how much do you need? And we were like $1 million. And he was like, did you get it yet? And we're like, no. And he's like, why not? And like, we just gotta find investors. It's like, we'll find them.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. I mean, it's like, the attitude you gotta have, but it's
true.
Yeah, it's tough. Okay, let's move on. Kyle Cohen asks, haven't seen any explanation yet about the daily with Ariana Grande. That'd be interesting to hear about. I can take this.
Take it.
Our dear friend Brian, for years was Ariana's personal photographer and would travel with her to concerts and everywhere. And whenever he would come to Chicago, he would be like, "Hey, do you want to come see Ariana?" And I think the first time we met, she was performing at it was just like a radio station. It's actually funny. For the 3 or 4 times that we met her, it was like her appearances, she just exploded in popularity. Because the second time we met, she was at what was it, the Allstate Arena or something, and it was a smaller stage. It was still big, but then the final time, she was.
It was the
Yeah,
same. It was
sometimes.
the same arena.
one, but it was the full arena.
Yeah.
I remember being like backstage at the big Allstate Arena, like arena tour thing, and Brian was like, "Wiggle the curtain a little bit," and I was like, "Okay," and then wiggled the curtain, and all of a sudden you just hear like,
Oh, that's
like,
right.
everybody freaking out because they're like, something's happening.
Yeah,
And
she's
little
coming
do they
out.
know it's just one idiot wiggling a curtain because his friend was like, "Do it."
That's I forgot. Go figure. I forgot
The
that
theme
happened.
of the episode.
But then, so because of Brian, then that Allstate Arena concert, we were like, oh, well, we have T-shirts from the last concert, from like the meet and greet thing. So let's just make a daily out of this. And I remember like we wore our shirts. We came up with this dumb idea, like on the way to the show, and then we're like, well, I guess we'll just see if she's down to like maybe be in this for like a hot second.
Yeah, it took 2 minutes to film, but she was super down and always just
She's
so
down.
nice to us. Like
Dude, she was
genuinely cared.
yeah.
I remember after all her shows, she would be like, "What did you guys think?" Like she was genuinely interested,
She literally, at the end of that last show, like we went into the dressing room and she was talking to like probably some like huge manager and like someone from fucking Disney or whatever bullshit. And like she literally stopped talking to them.
Yeah, I
and, like,
remember
got
that
up and
because
walked over.
he looked frustrated.
He was
Yeah.
pissed. He
Yeah.
was like, "Who the fuck are these 3 idiots?" Like, I'm talking about a $1 billion deal.
Yeah.
We were like, "Bye, Ari."
We tried to. I remember like we pitched her this idea. She's like, "What do you guys want to do? I'll shoot something." And I was like, "All right, so we're gonna be auditioning to be your backup dancers, and we're gonna like do some dances, and then we'll kind of cut over to you, and you're gonna be like, 'I'm sorry, guys, like it's just not working out, or that's terrible.'" And then I remember she was like, "Can I just say I love it?" And I was like,
Oh yeah, because she
that
didn't. Yeah,
works."
she's like, "I don't want to be negative." And we're
Right.
like, oh, okay.
riding the positivity train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should also say that he goes by Jones Crow, and he's just an excellent photographer. Everybody should look up his work. He does actually really incredible work. He's got a studio in LA and travels the world.
Jones
and
Crow.
I would love to get Jones on here. Be cool.
Yeah, it'd be cool to talk to him.
He's got a lot of stories, I'm sure.
I don't know. He's a pretty hunky guy. Tough. He's a tough get.
He's a hunk and a half. Okay, so a 2-parter. Kyle also asked, how often do you run into fans?
When we were in Chicago, it kind of happened like a decent amount. I think like on the train, seeing people or just going to bars and stuff. But since moving out to LA, it's happened a handful of times out here. But I don't know. We've been not consistent with things for so long.
I did get recognized with a mask on at Trader Joe's, and the guy was like, "Me and my brother used to love your guys' stuff." And I was like, "Cool," but in my heart I was like, "Used to." Nice.
Man, you guys are like old now.
Man, yeah, don't watch it anymore, but back in the
Definitely
day.
don't watch your shit now. I got approached at dinner like with Julianne once. We were at like a nice Italian restaurant I got walked up to, and just like grocery store. It's always where you least expect it. Actually, Kyle, the guy who asked the question, it came from Discord, and he reminded me, he's like, "Oh, I met you at the Houston airport a couple years back." And I was like,
Whoa.
"Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that." And then so it was like, wouldn't have thought it at all. And then he stopped me there. And so, yeah, it really just, it's so random and catches you off guard.
The few times it's happened in LA, I've like been with a handful of people, like who are like visiting or something, and just like, hey man, what's up? Like, take a quick picture, and I'm like, great. And then we're like, all right, see you later. And then everyone's like, does that happen all the time?
And you're like, yes.
Just
Oh
like,
my
yeah.
gosh, I'm batting them off right and left.
I'm like, seriously, that was like the one silver lining of the pandemic, like, because you couldn't see my face. It's just so much easier to go walk
Guys,
around.
can we please bring masks back? I'm getting swarmed.
People don't get it. I had one dude come up to me and he spit at my feet, and I was like, whoa. And he said, I give him the moisture of my body. And I was like, oh, you're a Fremen from Arrakis. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, cool. And he was like, I love your videos. We love them on Arrakis.
That's a tight Dune F&D tie-in. Love it.
Yeah.
Means a lot.
It means a lot. Please don't spit on us, though.
You could spit on me.
Careful what you wish
Well, that's
for,
a
dude.
kink.
I'm kidding. I actually don't want that.
Ooh, here's a good one from Former Baby on our Discord. What celebrity, if you met them, would you be most starstruck?
First of all, former baby is like a great handle. Aren't we all?
I was just thinking that too.
Aren't we all?
What would I be starstruck by? I mean, I'm a lot.
I mean, even I told you guys that I ran into Tim Heidecker. I wanted to say something, and I was just like, oh, hi. It was in passing anyways, but I think I was a little starstruck by him just because I didn't expect to see him out. And it was just like, oh, kind of.
Dude, did I tell you? I saw Heidecker as well at the Hollywood Bowl for like the Father John Misty concert, and
did you?
we were the only two people in the bathroom, and he was like kind of awkward. Like I was peeing in the urinal because I like saw him, and I was like, and then like I think he saw maybe I looked over like too many times, and like but didn't say anything, and he kind of like walked in and went to the urinal, but then like spun around and walked out real quick. Because I wonder if he was like, is this guy going to want to talk to me?
Yeah, talk to me with my penis out. Probably not.
Right.
Probably don't want
He's
to
gonna
be
want to
in
compare
here.
penises.
Sometimes, dude, I just saw fucking John C. Reilly a couple weeks ago at a bar.
Really?
And he was just like being a normal dude, just hanging out with some people. And it's like, and at those points, it's like, oh, that's cool. But like, there's like, you know, a thing where don't go over and say like, I'm your biggest fan, kind of thing. But
Well,
I think go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Vin and I learned that unwritten rule in LA on one of our first trips out to LA like years ago. We were with some people and we went to like a really nice restaurant in Hollywood, and I think Seth MacFarlane walked in, and we were like openly talking like, oh my gosh, that's Seth MacFarlane, like Family Guy, he's right there. And like the guys were like, you guys need to not do that right now. Like we're in Hollywood, like you don't do that here. Like if you see somebody, it's just like treat them like normal.
Yeah, they
And then
were.
all of a sudden, you
Oh,
guys
okay.
just start going like,
Yeah.
I just saw.
which honestly, go ahead.
sorry,
No, you go.
I gotta
No,
get
you
mine.
go.
I gotta get mine.
We keep cutting Cooper off.
Let me just really. I saw Jimmy Simpson. I saw Liam McPoyle.
Oh, where at?
McPoyle. Okay, cool.
Yeah. He was at he was having a beer at a restaurant, like at the outdoor seating. And I was on my scooter and it was like slow traffic. So I just slowly rolled by him and he was just like having a drink with someone. And that was it. That's the whole
Yeah.
thing. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead, Coop.
It's
Go
chill.
ahead, Coop.
Okay, I think a celebrity, if I saw them in person, Jack Black. If I saw Jack Black walking down the street, I would be pretty fucking starstruck. And I think I tell myself in my head, I'm like, if I were to see him, because he lives in East Hollywood, which is like where I live, so there, you know, there's a chance. Then like I'm like, oh my god, I would whip out my phone, not like a creep, but like first be like, what's up, and then be like, huge Saving Silverman fan. Would you be down to like do just like a couple bits from it? Like
I
a
would
couple lines?
freaking die, dude. I would
Like, yeah, right? What if and then I'm like, literally, this is so dumb. I was like walking in like Los Feliz area, which pretty sure is where he lives because he shoots a bunch of shit on his Instagram. And I was like, if I saw him, like, which bit should I do? Like, do we both do Comedy Yeha? Or like, do we like, do I
That's a
play
good one.
Steve
That's a-
Zahn's lines?
Yeah. Comedy Yeha is just a quick, like, couple seconds. I think he would be down for that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think he would begin. So yeah, I don't know. If I actually saw him, would I do it? I hope I would. Hope I wouldn't choke.
All right, this might bring the thing. Let's get a little deep, guys. Sci-Fi 9 asks, ever a time you guys couldn't stand each other? Any big fights or arguments over skits?
In any creative relationship, you get fucking sick of each other. I mean, at a certain point. I mean, we've been doing this, like, for at least the three of us for 12 years, 13 years or something like that.
Yeah.
So, and like they say, any creative partnership is like a marriage, and it takes work to keep going, and all that stuff. But I don't know, it's true. I think we literally spent every single day with each other, like 9 to 5, and tried to make this like a job, but also fun. So, I think at times, yeah, I think at least I've been frustrated with you guys in the past.
Yeah, no, it's good to be open about it. We all gotta be transparent. I think the hardest part has probably been that work-life balance. You know, most very close friends, I mean, you both are like, you know, two of my best friends, and to also have you be business partners. I mean, most people would say that's a recipe for disaster. In fact, most people I've talked to, you know, that's the saying, is like, don't go into business with your friends. You know, like nothing breaks up friendships faster than doing so. But I think we've managed really well.
We also never planned it. I mean, it was just like, well, we're making movies together. And then at a certain point, it's, well, now we can make money doing it. So we guess we have to.
It's not like we all like put a bunch of our money into a restaurant or something, and then we're like, it's just dwindling every day if we're not doing things right and blaming each other. It's just like kind of just trying to get somewhere together, you know, maybe crawling through all that and scratching through all that together is helpful.
Yeah. I was going to say, I remember we all went to this wedding out of town, and I remember we were hanging out, and I think Jess might have said something like, do you guys know how to even hang out anymore? Like, I think we all didn't. And she was right too. I think we stopped knowing like how to be like friends because we were like writing partners and business partners. And when you have all these expectations from each other, and then like maybe someone's like the little things build up, and if someone's letting someone down, like little by little over time, you just get like, I'm sick of you. Just let me be in another fucking room as you right now.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
we're literally with each other like every day of the week, and that's usually the weekend is to like get away from that, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, it became less of like, what are you doing on Saturday? Because it's like we just hung out Monday through Friday for like 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
You know.
And we didn't get anything done. Now we're frustrated.
And that being said, I think it's a strong indicator that it still works. That, I mean, we obviously want to keep making movies together. We're working on our next feature together, and I mean, all that comes with all the hard things that, you know, we've went through to this point. But like, you just weather that, and there's something to be said about that.
Yeah, definitely.
Lone Ham asks, how did you guys meet Cooper?
How did we eat Cooper?
Meet.
Sorry, your internet was breaking up.
Look,
It was at that gas station in Arkansas, right?
yeah,
Cooper
I was
showing a
pumping
little
and
leg.
you were taking.
And
I said diesel. I said prime or regular.
and you were eating that Slim Jim, I remember.
Well, it was a Slim Jim. I actually left it on a Tuxedo on the roller overnight. I remember, and actually all the power went out because I left that roller on for that Tuxedo, and got fired that day. And it was like serendipitous that you guys showed up.
Because you said, I got to get out of this small town. And we said, hey, we're looking for
Right.
someone to write. So we're looking to take over the internet
Said,
with sketch comedy.
I'm looking for Slim. I said, you found him.
You found him. Cooper, Ian had enough of our shit and decided to move out because Ian had a big boy job during college and finally got to the point where he was like, hey, all this ruckus is keeping me up at night. No, I don't know. He had many different reasons, but Ian needed to go his own way. And so Cooper was the replacement roommate that you filled his spot because you were coming to Columbia. And I don't even remember how did Ian reach out to you?
Dude, it had nothing to do with Ian. It was I was friends with Paige and Jess and there was a crew that we were mutually friends with through, but I didn't really hang out with you guys that often. I went to like one or two of your parties.
That's right. Yeah.
But like, yeah, just from hanging out with those girls, they were like, oh, there's an open place, because I was living at home for one semester sophomore year and was saying, oh, I'm moving back, so let me know if you know anything that comes up of like a place to stay. And it just so happened that room opened up. So then they were just like, cool, you guys don't really know each other, but you should move in together. And I was just like, that's good enough for me.
And
I
we
remember.
famously, and we've recounted this story before, where we didn't want Cooper to move in with us. We wanted our other friend
Right.
Greg to move in with us, and we said, and I forget why, if we didn't want Cooper, why he ended up moving in. Why you ended
We didn't
up...
have a choice.
Probably already signed the lease.
I do remember being very stubborn about it and being like, we don't even know this kid. He's not going to... What if he's weird?
Right. No, I get that. And I remember you guys were in LA, I think with Jake or something at the time, and you like just dropped out and then came back to Dwight Lost where we were living, and I was sitting in the living room playing your Call of Duty. And just like, hey guys, like,
Big mistake.
nice to meet you. Yeah, hope this is cool. Pissed on all your pillows. Yeah.
Wait, did you moved in while we were on that trip?
Yeah, so like when I moved in, you guys, I don't think you were back for like a week or like a few days or something. Like something about like the semester started or something like that, and you guys were still in LA.
I don't remember
Yeah,
that
So
either.
it was just me and Derek, I think.
Yep.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, no, these guys are cool. They just party a lot, so it's gonna be cool. Like you'll get along." He's like, thanks for the vote of confidence.
The rest is history.
But I remember I didn't even know you guys did all this shit until like I was moving in with you. Then those girls were like, you should got to look at their like a bunch of their videos. I think I maybe knew you guys were making shorts, but I didn't look into it that much. And when I did, I showed some of my friends from back home. I was like, these are the guys I'm moving in with. And then they were like, they made the annoying video? And I was like, oh, I didn't know. That's when it started really blowing up.
Here's another good one from Lone Ham. What was it like filming Punching? I've never heard you guys talk about this one much.
Hey, look, I know this is probably bad podcast etiquette. I really gotta pee.
Are you not wearing your Fonecallz prescribed diapers?
I forgot to put them on.
What about your phone call catheter?
I left it in my other house.
That's fine.
Would you go?
ahead. I'm gonna grab my
pinch it
water.
or go. Cool, I'll be here
Coop, hold the fork down.
for sure. Wow, so this is what it's like to have a podcast by myself.
Oh, hey, Coop, this is a perfect
Oh,
chance.
you're back?
Do some of those, hey, we're taking a break. And now do some of those fake ads we talked about. Go on, put on the voice and do the fake ads.
Fake ads?
The fake
Okay.
ads. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, fake ads. Does your mouth ever feel dry? Are you ever thirsty for something delicious? Well, try drinking G-Force energy drink from PewDiePie and the Fonecallz gang. I forgot what it was. PewDiePie's G-Force energy drink is so delicious, and it lights a fire right under your butt crack, so you can get out there and do the best you can and be the best you can and kill the president and all those wonderful things. PewDiePie's G-Force energy drink. PewDiePie.
Dude, he
Vin
might
told me to
he
do an
might
ad.
Buy those. He might buy that spot right out from under us.
Yeah, he might.
I think Vin had a poop. He just didn't want to say it.
I could fucking smell it from here. Vin, like now that Vin's gone and he can't defend himself, we should really talk about how his farts are just rancid consistently. And to the point where in any office that we had, we would ask, like, we would demand that Vinny open the door and stick his ass outside the room if he had to fart, or just walk away 20 to 25 paces to let the wind out, because like every single time it was just fucking terrible.
Yeah, it was the worst. It was pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Vin.
And that's why we think Vin is the best. That's why we. Oh, hey, buddy.
Love him.
I'm sure whatever you guys are saying was real good stuff.
Just singing your praises.
We're back at it. What was it like filming Punching? I have some story. Like, I think I told you guys I found a ton of behind the scenes footage that I want to cut into something that I was flipping through from when our time filming Punching. Is there any particular things that you remember? Any good stories from that shoot?
I mean, I just remember it just being a complete blast because that was like the first thing that we've like the first long form project that we've done all together, and it was so DIY, and it was just everybody helping out for like next to nothing. Like the budget we raised was just like the bare essentials for the most part, and it was just freaking fun, and you didn't know any better of just the way you're doing it. It's just the best way to do it, and I think that was just like an amazing experience.
I agree. Super proud of it. And how, like, I think we handled a lot of curveballs well too, and made a lot of friends on that, just through, people that we worked with that we ended up, becoming really close with. Taylor, obviously, like, cam opt on that, and then, has now become the DP that we work with a lot. Pete Stepnoski stepped in to DP that whole film and just was like, and crushed it. It was so great working with him. I remember we had an actor in mind to play Diesel, who was like the big dude that like Coop you fight, that like Vinny comes to see.
He gets his leg snapped.
And he gets his leg snapped, but the actor, it fell through, and we needed somebody last minute, and Patty got a hold of Ripper Brown, who we've since worked with a few times, and Ripper came in and just like, not only was he like amazing just for the short time we used him in the film, but like just love working with him ever since. He was in The Stakeout, he was in It's All Good. But that knee snap, if you go back and watch the knee snap in the film, we did that by we took a bagel from Crafty and we put it in his pants to mimic a kneecap on the other side of his leg, and we had him bend his leg normally so it seems like his leg was inverting, breaking backwards the way it shouldn't bend. It was such a goofy way to do it, but it honestly worked. And if you watch, it's such a quick cut that I remember thinking like, oh, I'm so happy this like worked out.
Yeah, it looked great.
And like, not only was like that stuff super fun and like the shooting, but like after our good friend Joe Flood, who like did sound design and mixing for like all of our stuff, like we were in his basement, in his booth, punching steaks for like sound effects and breaking celery for bone breaks, and like just doing all this fucking fun Foley just in this little box, and all of us just like continuing to just make this like a collaborative creative experience with like a bunch of people. And it just like never ended up until like the premiere, which was like so much fun as well.
Yeah, the premiere was amazing. We had that at the Gene Siskel Theater.
That's right.
Yes.
I remember Pete Stepnoski's new Red camera almost breaking.
Oh, when it fell backwards on the tripod.
Yeah, and the battery took the brunt of the hit, and the battery was fucked up, but the camera was fine. And then he had the nearly broken battery in his hand, and he said, might as well finish the job. And then he smashed it against the ground as hard as he could.
I remember watching his camera fall in slow motion. It was like one of those things that, because I think one of the legs wasn't tightened, and it fell directly back, and it was like everybody was watching it, but nobody could do anything. It was like we were all too far away, and I was like, oh, you're right, man. If it wasn't for that battery, that camera would have been done for, but I think that was our saving grace. Yeah,
and to top it all off, Pete, who's a freaking saint and also so talented, there was another DP who was supposed to be shooting this thing, and he just like didn't show up the first day of the shoot, or like one of the first or second days, and we were just like, and he's just like, hey, like basically told us then and there, like I can't commit to this, And we're like, cool, because we're all here ready to go. And luckily, like, it wasn't his camera. Like, I'm sure we were going to be renting Pete's, or maybe he went and got his or something. But he very generously was like, all right, fuck it, I'll shoot this. Even though in a perfect world, he would want to, like, storyboard and come up with a look and, like, an aesthetic and, like, work with us and blah, blah, blah. But he just fucking jumped right in.
And be paid appropriately.
And made it happen. Yeah, exactly. It was definitely like a punk rock kind of shoot, I would say, for like a 40-minute featurette.
Very much so.
Down and dirty, guerrilla style film school at its roughest.
Roughest and toughest.
It's roughest.
All right, this one we got to move. We got a lot. Let's try to move through some of these.
Let's cap it. Let's do like a few.
I had one too, but keep looking.
You got one from somebody?
Shit. Well, someone asked. It was in the Discord, and I was like, they asked in the Discord, and I said, I'm not going to answer it here. We're doing an AMA, and it was about the rocket ship suit I had, and they were like, what was the story behind that? Didn't you get that from Good Neighbor? And yeah, there was it was at Schubert's. What was the name of that bar?
Schuba's?
Schuba's would host shows, and Good Neighbor was there doing a live sketch show, and they called some people up on stage to do a beer shotgun contest. And I shotgunned my beer the fastest, and I got a rocket ship outfit and had it for a long time, and eventually got rid of it for whatever reason. But
wow, you got rid of that thing? Yeah, it was definitely like hanging in our office for like years after you got it.
Yeah, it might have been when I moved to LA. It was like I just couldn't take everything, and it's like, well, this has served its purpose. Someone else can have it now.
Nice.
Okay, this question is from Taylor Sink. I would love to hear the background on the celery skit, whose idea it was, and the planning around how it got on Tosh.0.
I have a vivid memory of us being in our Fremont apartment riffing on something bro-y.
We had just gotten back from having wings too.
Yes, you're right, because we used to go to like 20-cent wing night at Redmond's in Chicago.
Tuesdays.
On Tuesdays, baby, 20-cent wings and a $3 shock top. How about it?
It was a really good deal.
Yeah.
Those wings were fucking fat
so
too.
Good.
Yeah, they were
good,
was
man. That's why I used to be able to eat 20 chicken wings, no problem.
Covered
now,
in sauce.
It's that Adam Sandler thing in Big Daddy, and he's like, I have a milkshake, my ass jiggles for like a week. It's true.
We're getting old.
But yeah, we were riffing on something about like douches, like in ordering celery at a bar. And I think I said it to you, Vin, like, I was like, what have we like made out? And then, but almost as a joke. And I think you were doubled down, or Aaron, you guys doubled down. You're like, no, yeah, like we should do that. And it's like, well, now it's been said. Now it's in the ether. And you just, it must be done.
It's out there.
And
I think we all just like, you said the idea, and I think we all just laughed out loud super hard.
It was one of those, like, as soon as it was said, it was like, there's no going back. We're doing this. When are we doing this? And then we just kept riffing and just ratcheting it up.
Aaron, you decided, because obviously all of us were going to be in it, to like maybe bring on John Carmen to direct it. And then I can't remember if it was you or Vin or John who was like, this needs to be one take. Because I remember like rehearsing it at John's apartment and then like tweaking the script a little bit. And I don't know if it just organically came out to like, oh, we should do this in one take, like while we were rehearsing it, or if that was premeditated.
I don't remember either, but I think Office Buddies was before that, right?
Oh, yeah. Good
think
call.
so.
And
yeah.
I remember thinking, like, we really enjoyed doing that in one take. It was like certain scripts lent themselves to that. And this one just felt like the perfect opportunity. Just seeing it all play out naturally, free-flowing, as I think Grant shot it, and he was, like, going up to each of us, for the big moments. Yeah, I think it just was way better that way.
For Tosh.0, we tried to hit it from two angles. Like, we submitted it through the website, and then like the F&D manager, like Paul, also I think you guys sent it to him. But I think like we got a call back, and Paul was like, yeah, I didn't get any calls. So I think it was just from the the thing we submitted through the website.
It was.
was.
Yeah. Yeah. Gonzalo San Miguel asked, as the dailies progressed, I saw you move into different places, like 5 or 6, if I remember correctly. Why did you move so much? So we were all
Columbia?
in Dwight Lofts together, going to
The
school.
dailies, I would say the dailies didn't start till the Fremont apartment.
True. So then after that after Columbia, we moved into Fremont, so up in Wrigleyville. That was our first apartment together. Then we moved to Sheffield, which was where we were catty corner to. We were literally right behind Wrigley Field. That's probably
where you
we
get the
filmed
3
the
chicks.
most.
The three chicks upstairs, and there was another question.
Were there really chicks on the 3rd floor?
There were.
Yeah.
There were legitimate.
And they just moved in. And Aaron was genuinely curious or worried that we were going to creep them out.
Yeah, when you guys started yelling during that daily, I was like,
No, that daily was a direct response to that actual scenario happening.
Then after Sheffield, though, we all went our separate ways because I moved in with my now wife into a separate apartment in Boys Town. You guys...
We stayed there a little while longer, and Tony moved in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I moved in with Sam Sloma over in Logan Square. And Coop, you moved in with your now wife, with Jess.
We were in Lincoln Square.
That's right.
In Coop's Lincoln Square apartment is where we shot stuff like New Year, New Me,
Tap Out.
Grundy.
Tap Out, Grundy. Vin, your apartment with Sam, we shot some small stuff here and there, some dailies. I think the one where you swap your desk chair. Actually, I think that we shot there for the on-set video of New Year, New Me, because I remember there's some stuff, like we all went there to wrap up.
The New Year's party is shot there.
That's right. That's so funny going through all those. But that was it after that. That's all the apartments.
And then when we moved to LA, we were all in separate apartments.
Yeah, so there's been a lot.
And then, but also while in Chicago, when we all were in separate places, we had the office.
Yep, and then we
Right.
had our office. Yep.
And then we moved to LA and had a different office. So
Yeah,
it's
there's
just-
been a
I
lot of
guess there are
places.
just a lot of
I forget
locations.
we had 2 offices in Chicago. We had the one that was above the Carryman, and then we had the one
Yeah.
that was in Bridges.
Yeah, and we
right.
moved on.
Not at the
I
same
mean,
time.
The truth of it was that as far as the offices are concerned, it was friends of ours kind of like hooking us up with good deals, and so that's kind of why we jumped around to different spots because we weren't making enough where we could afford like full rent.
Bunch of freeloaders.
Yeah, we were freeloading. Hey, we have this space that we're not using, and we're like, that's amazing, and we would jump on it. And all these people would be like, what do you guys do? How do you have an office downtown? And we're like,
I think we kind of didn't even think about that in hindsight. Not that we took it for granted, but just the fact that some of the real estate we had that should have been probably $3,000 a month plus that we were getting for $400 a month.
Absolutely.
Or something like that. Just because it was like you said, friends just being we're not using it.
Yep.
It's pretty nuts. All right. Maybe we do a couple more.
I think we're actually towards the. I was just kind of sifting through. There's not a ton more that are really.
Got it.
How about we end?
What's your favorite position to reveal in a surprise scenario? On 3.
Wait,
One,
sorry. What's the
what's
question
the
again?
question? What?
Goatsy.
Oh,
shit.
okay. Silence of the Lambs is actually my favorite.
I was just telling Jess we were listening to that song over at this party, and I was like, "This reminds me of Vinny." It's and the dance and the tuck and all that.
Oh, where you tuck yourself in? You do the mangina?
Goodbye, horse.
Yeah. Would you fuck me?
Yeah. Yeah, you that's kind of your trademark.
Yeah, I did it recently too. I was playing Catan with some friends, and there were 2 guys there I had just met that night, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll do it. Why not?" And because the majority of the people I knew, so I knew I had that, so it went over just fine.
That's good. Okay, we'll end on this question from Mike M. Anything going on with the Grundy character? Ooh. Is there anything going on? Well, we're working on a Grundy feature.
Yeah.
We want to shoot it, and we're going to raise money soon. And the script is in a really good spot. And if anybody wants to invest, let us know.
Guys, we can do this thing for under $1 million. This is micro budget shit, okay?
I know some of you out there that sounds like a lot of money, but in Hollywood terms, it's nothing.
It's peanuts. So who's got the peanuts? I don't have it.
I stumbled upon a Nick Cage Oscar acceptance speech last night, and he was winning Best Actor for Leaving Las Vegas, and he goes, "With $3 million in some 60mm film, this is what we can do."
See that?
You know,
Damn.
And that won an Oscar.
$3 million.
With $3 million and some dinosaur bones, this is what we can do. Fuck, man.
I can't wait to see the unbearable weight of massive talent.
Yeah, when he's like unleashed in like the circumstances are right for his like insanity, it's so good.
Coop, you should audition as Nick Cage sometimes.
I actually auditioned for The Croods, the show. Though Nick Cage plays like the dad caveman in that movie The Croods, the DreamWorks thing.
Yeah.
They turned it into a show. And I tried my best, but apparently they went with some other guy.
To play the dad?
Yeah. Because they
That'd
were
been
like,
cool,
we're
man.
not paying Nick Cage to do that. We just need someone who kind of sounds like him.
That'd have been really cool.
Yeah,
You get
that'd
it
be
next
sweet.
time, man.
Any other voice?
Thanks, Dad.
Any other voice gigs coming up that anything that you've done?
I think I can.
Any other
I think I
throat
can
jobs?
say it now.
Hey, Vinny,
have-
take it easy.
That's the
I've got
that's
a
an
few
interesting
throat
term
jobs.
for it. He's a throat jockey.
If you see, I have some commercials going right now. I'm doing the VO for the Orkin, like the pesticide thing.
That's
You know,
cool.
Yeah, so I did that campaign, and that's playing right now.
Are you the voiceover or like a character in it?
I'm the voiceover for the campaign.
Are you you're like the voice of Orkin right now?
Right now, currently, I'm the voice of Orkin. But I don't know if you can say that because, you know, at some point they'll be like, not anymore, bruh.
Right. Well, while we have
But
you,
for now, yeah.
while we are in the presence of the current voice of Orkin, I just want to say, I mean, I'm honored that you
Same.
give us the time.
Same.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
And super humble
Thanks,
of
guys.
you to not even bring that up until like we pressed on it.
Yeah, I really was gonna do a whole show and do like share my screen and like be like, oh, what's happening, and like play the spots and be like, that guy sounds familiar.
Coop,
Who
all
is
jokes
that?
aside, send it to me. I want to know what's happening in your life when you do these
I
things.
will send it to you.
Anything else? Any other questions?
I think we're good. I think
Any
we
other
covered all the-
brain busters?
We got you guys. There's a lot on here, but look, I don't want to be mean, but you know, I tried to pull the substantive ones out, if you know what I mean.
Why were some of the questions like, what's your favorite doodle caca poppy poo? And how do you answer that?
Exactly.
How do you answer that?
There's fun ones. We actually, you know what? Honestly, we didn't do any of the fun ones. Maybe I
Rapid
should
fire
have.
5. Let's rapid fire him.
Don't even think. Just
Just
go.
go.
Former baby asks, which do you find scarier, one bear or too many spiders?
Too many spiders.
Too many spiders.
What if you ask a random human 100 years from now a single question? What would you ask?
Did Walt Disney ever come back?
That's a great question.
If you could have unlimited free food from one restaurant for the rest of your life, which restaurant would it be?
Qdoba?
Chipotle. Yeah, Chipotle.
I think
Definitely.
every time I eat a Chipotle, I'm like, I could eat this always, right?
I fucking love Chipotle.
Me too,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, it'd be Chipotle. I did say,
Dude.
I don't know if you guys heard me. I said Qdoba, but
Yeah, I know. But you were being
sacrilege.
but not really.
Were you
It's,
serious?
it's Chipotle adjacent. It's the same shit. It's just different.
No, it's not. It's very different,
Same
dude.
shit. Go get off of this podcast.
How is it not?
You might as well
almost-
go eat at fucking Burrito Beach. It's
yeah, dude.
very
Why don't you
different.
bend over and eat your own ass? Same stuff.
It's practically the same stuff.
But it's not. Well, Vin, when you only look at fuel as like sustenance and like feel like food is fuel to keep me going, then like anything will taste the same.
You're
But
not
like if you had
cultured,
any
Vin.
semblance of a fucking palate,
All right, no, you're right.
then you would know.
You're right.
Anyway,
Sorry.
I make my own Chipotle now. I did it. I did it a few weeks ago.
What?
Made the basmati rice with the cilantro and the lime and the garlic and all that and the chili chicken, and I'd like to make it for you guys. Maybe at Lake Hope.
Coop, there was a question that asked who was the best cook out of the three of us, and I gave the crown to you. I said
I would give it to you too.
I said Coop makes a mean casserole and a good breakfast bake, and
Ooh, and that bolognese. Oh, that bolognese you made that one time. That was delicious.
Let me just say, I think I'm a pretty good amateur cook, but Aaron, I think, would be the king of cooking vegetables because that's my weak spot. That's my weak spot. I always kind of mess up the vegetables.
I'll take it. You know what I'm good at cooking? I can cook a mean salmon, but if I'm being honest with myself, I can't cook chicken, dude. I overcook chicken every time I make it. I don't know what it is.
Then
it's like I'm
switch-
so worried about it being undercooked, and I'm gonna like give myself like food poisoning.
Chicken is my sweet spot.
Vin loves a good chicken.
Yeah.
Aaron, cook chicken thighs if you're worried about drying out the breast.
Oh, dude, chicken thighs I can do. Yeah, I was strictly speaking about breasts. I used to do thighs all the time.
Yeah.
I love chicken thighs.
They're just fattier. But dude, you should invest in a like one of those Bluetooth meat thermometers.
I should.
They're like pretty affordable, and then it's just peace of mind. Then you'll just once it hits 165, you're good to go.
Do you
I know, you're
butterfly
right.
it?
I don't butterfly my chicken, no.
Dude, you got to butterfly it. Oil, salt,
It's juicier.
pepper, a little garlic.
It's-
And then, 425. I do 425. 20 minutes max, you're done.
425?
Yeah, and it's so thin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you just kind of got to flash it a little bit, and it's the thinner butterflies are really juicy.
I'm sorry. I don't really trust anything Vin's saying. I'm not trying to throw you under the bus, Vin. I don't think that you're a great cook.
You don't think I'm a great cook?
I don't know. I've never eaten really, like, you've never had me over and been like, here's a meal that I've made.
Right.
And I have nothing to go off of except our camping trip a couple years back when you decided to make the cinnamon rolls and you put the icing on before you cooked them and you burnt them all.
Here it is.
So what else do I have to go off of?
You're not wrong. But I get nervous cooking for large groups. I'm always like, I'm going to make too much, not enough. But I'm actually a pretty, I'll say decent. I'm a pretty good cook. I can cook stuff.
Vin can cook. I agree with the butterfly. The thin chicken works really well.
Okay.
And honestly, I'm the complete opposite. If I have an opportunity to host, to cook for a bunch of people, like I'm a little selfish about it. And people are like, "Can I help?" And I'm like, "No." Like, get out of here. Like, but really, I'm like, "No, I got it. I'm a little controlling in the kitchen.
That's respectable. You want everybody to enjoy their time, and you know.
Yeah, that's fine.
A drink in the hand, cooking, towel over the shoulder, laughing. What'd you say, Greg? Oh, that's so good. Back over, baste it, go back to a laugh, have a sip, pour another one. It's a good vibe.
I like it. All right, boys. I think we run the gamut on the questions, and got some good ones in there.
We've been going for a little bit too, so.
Good luck cutting this one down.
Coop, they're starting to stretch. I think there's less to cut out, which has been nice.
That's good.
Well, always a pleasure to have you on. Is there anything that you want to leave the audience with, Coop Star?
Never let anyone sign your checks. It's a quote from Heavyweights. No, not really. It's really good to see you guys. And
likewise, bud.
Virtually. And good chatting with you.
Thanks, everybody, for joining. Cooper, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me, boys. My manly men.
My main dudes.
My main vein musketeers.